Reverend Don Lewis, and welcome to the 50th episode of Living the Wiccan Life. In this episode, we're once again bringing you footage from last year's St. Louis Pagan Picnic, to coincide with this year's Pagan Picnic being held this weekend, and I hope that many of you will come out and see us there. In this episode, our guests include children's author Lyon Martin, novelist M.R. Sellars, and in part 2, Mike Nichols, author of The Witch's Savant. I hope that you enjoyed this, our 50th episode.
I'm Lyon, Lyon Martin on my books. I'm an illustrator and author of pagan children's books.
We interviewed you a couple of years ago, and at that time you had just brought out a book, but now you have several books.
Yes. The first book, when you interviewed me before, was in paperback. It's now in hardcover and full color, and it's actually bigger than the original book. And my second book came out in January, and it's called Aiden's First Full Moon Circle, and obviously it's about a full moon circle, and inside of the book there's a squirrel that is called Seamus, and he has acorns he's collecting that are hidden in the pictures. And my newest book, which just came out this month, is called Watchers, and it's a bedtime story about a little boy who goes to bed and he sees eyes watching him in the dark. He hatches a plan to capture them, and he finds out after he captures them that they're really there to protect him, and they turn out to be fairies.
Very cool.
I'm also working on my fourth book, which will be out in January. It's called Rabbit Song. It was written by S.J. Tucker and Trudy Herring, and I'm doing the illustrations.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
And one of the things we feel is most important is to have more resources for young people. So I think it's very important that you're doing this kind of work. And would you like to say a little bit about what is and is not available for young people in our community?
When I started with the first book, there was hardly anything available for children. There was mostly pagan parenting books. But since I started this, there are now board books and workbooks and coloring books and all kinds of activity books. As far as I know, I'm still the only one doing the storybooks, but it's very exciting that I'm not the only one doing it, because I can't possibly cover all of the things that can be covered. You know, and what I've done with my books is I've created online, there are teaching guides that can be brought into the regular public and homeschooling classrooms that cover all the curriculum points, so that the books can be used by anybody, not just pagan parents reading to their children.
Very good. Your work is very innovative in that respect, in many respects.
Thanks.
What do you want to see in the future in terms of resources for young people, but also what do you plan to do in the future?
Well, aside from the next book that I'm working on, I also have a book in the works for a heathen child, and I'm having a lot of trouble with that because I'm not heathen, but I've been asking people who do follow the heathen way to help me with the storyline so that I can get the facts right. And I'm also working on another book. This is a pagan parenting book with Ashleen Ogaya, and I can't say anything more than that, but basically it's how to create ritual for our children.
Oh, very good.
So we're going to be shopping for a publisher for that.
If people would like to get copies of your books, where would they go?
magicalchildbooks.com. That's my publisher. And I also have a mailing list. And it's a Yahoo Groups mailing list. It's Magical Child News. And I send out a monthly newsletter and a coloring page. And right now I'm working on a series called ABC Lesser Known Goddesses. This is May's Goddess.
Oh.
And obviously I'm up to H, and June will be I, but I haven't done enough research at this point to tell you which goddess June will be. So, a lot of goddesses are, the research I do to find out about them, some of them are not appropriate for children or coloring pages.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
I know you have a workshop you have to go do.
I'm giving a workshop. It's called Blessing the Boundaries. It's for adults. It's basically how to bless your house and property.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And have a wonderful workshop.
Thanks.
We're here at the St. Louis Pagan Picnic with M.R. Sellars.
Hi.
And are you enjoying the picnic?
Having a ball, as usual.
How long have you been coming to the picnic?
I've been coming to the picnic for about 9 years.
How would you say it's changed in those 9 years?
Well, it has gotten larger, obviously, and actually I've seen a lot more interactivity in the workshops over the past few years. Earlier, it seemed to be more of a shopping event, and the workshops, people just didn't really know they were going on, it seemed like. And now there are a lot of people in the workshops, and that's great because, you know, it helps with the education and such.
Yes, indeed. Now, would you write mystery novels?
Mystery, suspense thrillers, yes, with a witch, where the witch gets to be the good guy for a change.
Would you like to tell us a little bit about that?
Sure. I write the Rowan Gant investigations. They, like I said, suspense thrillers with a paranormal bent, pagan bent, definitely. Rowan Gant is a witch who lives in St. Louis, and his best friend is a homicide detective who works with the Major Case Squad. So whenever they have an odd sort of case that has occult overtones or something like that, he ends up getting involved, and the magic goes slightly over the top in that Rowan has some fairly well-developed psychic abilities and can communicate with the dead. They don't always speak to him in the right terms, so he has to do a lot of interpretation, but that allows him to help them discover who the killer is, and it's you know, it's a lot of fun if you're into that, you know, kind of genre, the paranormal genre. Very cool. If people wanted to find out more about your novels, where would you send them? I would send them to my website. That's www.mrsellars.com. That's MRSELLARS.com. And what do you hope to see for the picnic in the future? I'd like to see it continue to grow and to have a lot more workshops and a lot more non-pagans come through. Now, we've been having a lot of that in the past few years. I'd like to see more and more of that so that people can pick up and get educated. I think that's one of the main thrusts of doing something out in the big park like this, is to get education out there. And is it reasonable to assume you'll be here next year? It is very reasonable to assume I'll be here next year. The only reason I miss this is if my publicist has booked me elsewhere. So if people come to the picnic next year, you will be available for book signing and so forth? Yes, and I will certainly be doing some workshops as usual. Thank you very much. Thank you.
I hope that you enjoyed part 1 of our episode and you'll join us again for part 2 and our interview with Mike Nichols, author of The Witch's Sabbat. Oberon Zell, Reverend Don Lewis, you knew sooner or later we'd do something like this, and this year's the year. So come on out to the St. Louis Pagan Picnic June 13th and 14th at Tower Grove Park in St. Louis, and watch as Grey School and Witch School go head-to-head in the world's first Witches and Wizards tournament. It'll be a great time, so come join in the fun. We'll see you there. This October, the world of pagan voices comes together in one global gathering, the Pagan World Congress. 5 days, over 100 hours, speakers, rituals, music, and town halls streamed across the world. Join the conversation, shape the future, be part of history. The Pagan World Congress, October 9th through 13th, 2025. Online at paganworld.com.